So I'm getting my bearings. I was looking through my stock book that I hadn't looked through in like 10 years or something. And it's a stock book that I've had since the early 80s. So this is a second batch of Cuba Scott #1, the first Cuban stamp. These are some of the specimens that are not in the best shape. And then the next batch, I think I'm going to show some of the 1 real and 2 reales, also from 1855. So we're going to do a good run in these videos of the entire issue, minus the interior mail stamps that are super expensive and rare. I've got a couple of those, but I'll show them separately at some other time. All right, so we're going to run through these specimens, and what I'm going to do is move the back plate, the light box, under so that the camera stays still on the iPhone. And if I find any corpus, I'll highlight it. But these are all a little bit tatty specimens. They're not in the best shape. But when we pop the watermark, I think it's amongst one of these that I do have my only one with the fully displaced watermark, as I was explaining in the first video. This is another one of the Spanish postmarks. This one, it's kind of sad. The other specimen is split in half and repaired, but looks fantastic. This one is totally intact, but it doesn't look that great. Still, it tells you what happened with how some stamps were postmarked. You can see a plate variety at the bottom of the stamp. There are many plate varieties for this issue. They've all been plated. See right there, yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the second row, and then of course, as I did in the first video, I'm going to pop the light box so we can all see the watermark. This one, of course, you can see the stamp is split, has been cut in half, and then put back together in not such a good way. This one looks all right, close margins, but otherwise a nice dark olive shade. Yeah, this one's more like on the dark turquoise shade. Yeah, so we're going through the second row. These are all Scott #1s. This one is very interesting because I think this is a 1 real stamp that snuck in here. Yeah, this is not a half real. I was like, this stamp looks too green to be a half real. Yeah, so this is a 1 real, so it's a Scott #2, and that postmark is a judicial, an official postmark. So the stamps were also used on official use for documents. And if you ever collect, or if you have, or you plan to collect 19th century stamps, this is par for the course. You're going to end up with a bunch of specimens that look really good, and then another bunch of specimens that look somewhat bad. Sometimes you will buy a lot. See, there's a little plate variety right there. Yeah, right there. That has 3 or 4 specimens, and one of them is in poor shape, and you'll take it. And so I think that's what happened to me over the years. When I would buy a small lot, I would take all specimens. Yeah. Okay, I ran off the board. It's interesting how old these stamps are. I mean, in 2055, which is not too far into the future, these stamps will be 200 years old. There's a corpus, right? No, not necessarily, because I see the black marking going under. No, it's not. It is not. Spoke too soon. But that one does have an E of Correos, which clearly is some kind of plate variety. I have to find the book that I have that was published with the plating study. I do have that book. Yeah, see how there's plate variety. This is clearly a plate variety on the 2 R's of Correos. Yeah, I'm finding that moving the backlight around instead of uh, playing too much with the stamps works out really well. I'm just getting my bearings with this new tool and loving it. There you have a blue Baeza postmark that was applied on the envelope. Yeah, yeah. And we're going down to the last stamps before we turn on this backlight. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that's just normal. These are normal specimens, all of them so far. It's a little displaced, but not too much. Is that it? Yeah, that's the one on the edge. Yeah. A little displaced. A little displaced too. Yeah. That's the most displaced one so far. I think this is the one that I had that was most displaced. Yeah. Ah, there it is. That's the one. That's the one. That is a fully displaced watermark. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna move it a little so that I know which one it is when I turn off the backlight. Oh, and that one too. Yeah, there we go. Okay, those are the two. Okay, so I do have two that are fairly displaced. They're not in the best shape, but hey, they count. That one's displaced a lot, but see how when it's fully displaced, what it looks like? Yeah, okay, let's go over here. Yeah, these are just mostly normal. This one is displaced a lot, but not as radically so as those two. I can't believe I paid $20 on Amazon for this plate. That one's a good displacement, but not as radical as those other two that I highlighted before. Yeah. Okay, and now we're gonna go to the last row, which is really the top row of the plate, of the Lightbox. Yeah, so these are mostly my tatty specimens, but they do include the two that have a really good shift.